Hi everybody, I'm doing something different today and stepping outside of my comfort zone. I hear that's a good thing to do. So this is inspired by a couple of tutorials I watched on the Artist Network, and they were by Dina Wakley. What I'm going to do today is draw and paint a face, and I'm using the Strathmore watercolor paper. I got this at Michael's and it's the 140-pound cold press. I really like this paper. I have an art journal that is made out of this paper. I'll quickly show you. What I love about this paper is that if you gesso it, you can layer tons and tons of wet and dry media on it, which I have done, and I've had this journal for going on a year. And the one mistake I made was using certain mediums that stuck together, and as you can see as I pulled the pages apart, they do tear off some of the work. So I've sort of learned my lesson with that. There's certain things that I'm going to avoid using in future art journals, one of them being color shine. I love these colors. But they are quite sticky, and I've noticed that they do pull apart pages. And the gel medium matte by Liquitex seems to be fine. However, I was using another gel medium brand that was a gloss. It was not Liquitex. I can't remember the name of it right now, but the glossy one seemed to make the pages sticky. Same with Mod Podge. I was fine with Mod Podge as long as it was underneath whatever I was gluing on, but if I did try to add it to the top for like a glossy effect or extra glue, it definitely made pages sticky. And the first one, like I said, I'm going to be doing a face, and I don't know if you can see the texture of the paper. It's really pretty. There is a texture, but it's also fairly smooth, and I'm going to be using this Sketch and Wash pencil by Generals. I also got this at Michael's, and I really recommend these. I'm not a pencil expert, but I really love working with this pencil. Just the last few days, I think that it makes your art look better than you thought you had the ability to make it. I'll just give you a quick demonstration. The back of a scrap paper here. Like drawing a face, it's so much more dense, and like when I was trying to do this with just a regular number 2 pencil, you know, you could get the basic shapes on there, but it's almost like it does the work for you. You're drawing something and you're making little sketchy marks, and it just adds dimension, and because it's water soluble, you can do shading with it. It's just super cool. And I know of other companies that make this water-soluble pencil. This is just the one that they had available at Michael's that I grabbed, and it was very inexpensive. I got 2 pencils plus a sharpener for around $3. So let's get on to the drawing.